Hello and welcome to Signal Online 3. It is just after 7:30 in the UK. It's Tuesday the 28th of April. Ooh, I just left something open. Sorry. And we are live. Um, this is a global live stream concert of new musical theatre. And yeah, just wanted to say sorry, what was that, Bartek? Okay. All right. Brilliant. Yeah, this is a live stream. It's a live multi-location concert. My name's Adam Lenson, and I'm based in London, where it is a rainy day. So it's been lovely to have an amazing evening of new musical theatre to look forward to. You might have seen a couple of days some really notable, massive concerts by big composers in America, and neither of them were live in any way. Sorry to throw down the gauntlet early on, but they were all just pre-recorded videos and someone just uploaded them and pressed play. And yeah, it sort of made me look at tonight with a renewed sense of pride for what we're up to here, because what you're about to see is 13 writers from all over the world, from Australia, from Canada, from America, and from all over the UK performing live this evening. Yeah, the basic reason that this is happening is about 3 years ago, I started a concert series in London, also called Signal. We'd get in a room and there'd be a band and we would play songs from new musicals. Often those musicals would disrupt traditional ideas of what musicals looked like, sounded like, or were about. And when Corona arrived, we realized that we couldn't be in a room together. So we decided that we would take this concert online. And with the disastrous agonies of this moment, the one positive is everyone is now as far away as each other, and that we now realize we could bring in writers from all over the world. So you're about to see an incredible, impossible lineup of people who really shouldn't be on a bill together, and we're really proud that they are. Brilliant. Anyway, I'll be around all evening telling you what's what, so I will stop waffling for now and hand you over to the first of our incredible writers to tell you about her world premiere song, Cordelia O'Driscoll.
Okay. Hello, I'm Cordelia O'Driscoll. Can you hear me? Yeah? That's all good. Okay, awesome. I'm Cordelia O'Driscoll. I'm a composer and a lyricist. Um, I've written a couple of shows. One is called Buried. I wrote with Tom. Can you hear me now? All good? Okay, awesome. Okay, for now we're all right. Okay, angry Wi-Fi. Okay, I'm a composer and lyricist. Written a couple of shows. One called Buried. You might have already heard me say this. Who knows? We've taken to the Fringe a couple of times. Took it to the New York Musical Festival last summer, which was really cool. And then did a second show called You and I, which is about a young girl who is quite sad and lonely, and then a robot turns up at her door, and they become friends. And then that's kind of what I've been doing for the last couple of years. Everything is obviously on hold because of the global pandemic, but that's fine. Since I've been back home, I've been writing quite a lot of music, and this song that I'm going to sing this evening is one of these songs that I've written. It's called Endless Summer, and it's basically about the kind of like a riff on like a dystopian idea that like this whole weird lockdown period is like a weird summer holiday, like. So it's this kind of clash of really nice weather, unseasonably nice weather, and then also like a horrible disease ravaging the country. So I wrote a song about it, basically. So this is called Endless Summer. Can you hear the guitar? Are we all good? All good to go? I'm on the smooth setting. Is that right? Okay, awesome. This is called Endless Summer. Wake up, the sun is shining. Dry off that mud. Pick up that water slide. It's gonna be a long old 6 months. Cut off your favorite blue jeans. Get on your bike. Who cares about raindrops falling? Had you seen the seasons changed its mind? Endless summer with you. It's what we're all gonna have to do. Endless summer with you. In sickness or in health, it's true. The sun will shine through. It's time to build your tree house. Who needs those leaves? One blossom's all it takes to have us here, melting on these streets. It's time for deck chair weather. Now it's your turn. Who wants to stay inside when we've got this chance to burn? Endless summer with you. It's what we're all gonna have to do. Endless summer with you. In sickness or in health, it's true. The sun will shine through. Shine through. It's bikinis and backpacks, dark glasses, face mask weather in your sun kiss, and your all-ins and your late nights, but not together on this wild ride. Slip and slide, not tonight or any other sip of cold glass of freedom with ice cubes and no one's sunny windows, by sofas, sand in toes, on empty beaches with the fireworks in your head hurts from the outburst and the deathly silence, but you're not scared because the sun's out at your mum's house and the water's running. Take the edge off with the sunset. Rinse and repeat and get used to it. Endless summer with you. It's what we're all gonna have to do. Endless summer with you. In sickness or in health, it's true. The sun will shine through. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Welcome back. The great thing about live is it's risky. It might not always be perfect, but hopefully you'll agree with me that there's something special about knowing that we're all in this together at this unique moment in time. One of the things I found really strange about this was the kind of isolation and separation, and especially within theatre and in music. What can we do to make it feel like it did? And my current answer is live. So real life, which is what we're up to. So I hope you will forgive us for the odd glitchy glitch. But I think that might come with special side effects. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Could I just ask those of you who are watching, it tends to be that we can gain viewers throughout the night because lovely people who are watching tell their social media feeds that something cool is happening right now. So if you think that something cool is happening right now, I'd love it if you could post maybe a picture of you watching this, or and the link to how to watch this on YouTube, which is thebonfire.com thebonfire.uk/concerts. We're also streaming on Facebook Live. So if you find the ALP musicals page on Facebook Live, you can also share that. So yeah, we'd really love a crowd to be joining us tonight. because, as I will go to tell you later, it is a special night for me. I'm having a musical theatre party, and my favourite type of musical theatre party is one where writers get to write new songs, and I don't get to hear them until you get to hear them, because that's literally true of most of what you're about to hear tonight. So, we visited Cordelia in a part of London, and now we're going to visit another part of London. I think another part of London. I've admired this next writer for a long time, but they are making their Signal debut. I wished it could be in person, but I'm really excited that it's happening nonetheless. Please welcome to Signal Online 3, Robin.
Hello, my name is Robin Simoes Silva, and I am a composer, actor, performer, person. To preface this spiel, I'm just going to say that the transcript of everything I am saying and the lyrics to the song are in the comments section of this live stream and on my Twitter, which is @Robin_SDS. That's ROBIN_SDS. So for accessibility, if you would benefit from reading this, then you can find it in the comments section or on my Twitter. And it's a Google document that will open on your device. I'm going to sing a song from a show that is very new as an idea, and this is the first full song from it. The musical is currently unnamed, but it's about two people and their meeting and their relationship over decades. They meet while traveling and become friends, and then continue their travels separately, writing letters to each other from everywhere they go. And that is the real life story of how my own parents met, which is what sparked this idea, but I imagine the rest of the show will be less about my parents. This is many years after that initial meeting. They've stopped traveling, at least briefly, and this song is sung by the man while his partner is giving birth to their daughter. The woman is in labour and the man is singing because cis men have it easy. Various people, including my own mother, have said that it's quite boring that I've made them a cisgender heterosexual couple. I agree. So I'll just counteract that by confirming now that the daughter is a lesbian. I don't know how or if I'm going to nail that fact home, but she just is. It's just not realistic to write 3 straight people. So the song is called She, and yeah, this transcript and lyrics are in the YouTube comment section and on my Twitter, so if anyone would benefit from reading the lyrics, they are there. She will know us. She will breathe us. She'll always know your warmth. She felt it before birth. She will feel through the sting of leaving you. Your arms, they radiate love so true. I know that feeling too. And love won't split in two. It will only grow for you. It will grow so much it hurts, but without this pain would be worse. And from today I have to feel more for you, for you. We will cry your tears and feel your heart when it's near. We'll tell you all our stories so we never disappear. And from today I'm bursting with fear for you, for you. still and bleeding through the shirt that I was wearing from the hole that you just had into my chest, with your smile and the crinkles round your eyes and the line that creased your brow, and you thought I was coming down with some old cold, something fleeting, but the way that you were treating it, I hoped I'd never hurt again, so you'd never be stressed again, and we could be carefree again, like leaves upon the breeze again, and there would be no end to all this good until we died on the same day. And now you're lying here, really bleeding, facing all the pain you're feeling, doing it for someone we will share. I couldn't bear the hurt of carrying a second heart when one's as heavy as they are. You might just be too strong to think you carried me all along. Now I'm looking at the crinkles round your eyes again, remembering that time again, your first letter, seeing your words on the paper, knowing every single day from that day onwards you would float through my thoughts, and I'd feel every single feeling that existed in reference to your existence. And now we will hold her, build a home for her, to make new stories, to become who she will be.
Thanks, Robin. That was amazing. Robin, in fact, texted me 2 weeks ago. I think it might have been in the middle of Signal Online 2, and said, "Oh my God, I've had an idea for a show. I'm writing a show. I'm writing a song. Can I do it in the next one?" So that is sort of Signal inspired and initiated, I guess. Thank you so much for that world premiere. So here is where being online is cool. We can cross the Atlantic for our next couple of songs, and the next writer, I mean, sometimes the way in which I meet writers is because a couple of people have told me about them. It's just like, oh, you've got to hear this person. And the next person, about 4 people told me I've got to hear the next person, that they were a genius. Anyway, and then I met them when I was in New York, and it turns out they were right. And it's really, really exciting. I'd always thought it would be great to be able to curate gigs in other countries, but I'm from England and this is where I live, and this is the kind of the scene I've been working in. But the thought of being able to put all these other amazing people from around the world into a concert lineup is just thrilling, and it's incredible to be able to bring this next writer to Signal. So introducing to Signal for his Signal debut, not from New York. I met him in New York, but he's actually right now in California, Julian Hornick.
Awesome. Hello. Am I audible? Am I amazing? All right. Hi, I'm Julian. I'm coming to you from California, where it is much earlier in the day. So we'll see how the vocals go. but it's so awesome to be here, and so awesome to get to hang out with Adam virtually. So this song is from a show that I did at Ars Nova in New York City last year. Loosely based on the last days of Walt Whitman's life, like very, very, very loosely. And this song, Walt sings from his deathbed, kind of imploring his hunky nursemaid boyfriend guy to help him finish revising Leaves of Grass one last time. So like, imagine me as a decrepit Walt Whitman, but also like sort of Patti Smithian, like some suspension of disbelief. Sentences fade to rivers of gray. My limbs are stirring. I haven't stood up in 17 days. I'm not going away. Fill me up again. I got too much left to do. Turn my pages, hold my pen. I'm drawing on old things, making them new. Take my picture quick. Capture me now, I'd do it myself if I could. Instead, I'll mark this manuscript. I'll lay it on thick, and the words that I pick will be aged in wood. Fill me up again. Don't leave any space for the light to peek through. Crowded pages, empty pen. I'm drawing on old things, making them new. There it goes. Soon enough, it's always gone. But lost leaves a yearn, a hope for return, a reason for going on. Oh, lift my gnarled hand. No, don't give me yours, I won't be content till I try. Shift my way to stand and wait by the door to let in the more and more and more and more and more till I die. Fill me up again. Fill me up again. Thanks so much.
Damn, that was cool. All the way from Palo Alto, California. Thanks so much, Julian. When I first started Signal, one of the main reasons was to show people that musical theatre didn't have to sound the way people expected. When people said the words, "I hate musicals," I was a bit like, really? Like, which ones? Because they don't all sound the same. And so hopefully you'll agree that those first three songs are a very good example of why musicals can sound like anything and can sound like music. They don't just have to sound like themselves. That show was at Ars Nova, and Ars Nova were responsible for like a breakthrough I had. They're responsible for the words artist-driven new musicals that I use everywhere relentlessly. And it's because the head of musicals that I met there, I said to him, "Would you say that what you make is musicals?" And he went, "Yeah, of course we make musicals, but we're aware of the baggage surrounding the term, and we make work that interacts with that baggage," which of course I loved. And then he said, "If I were to describe what we would do, I'd say it's music-led and artist-driven." And I pretty much wanted to tattoo those words on my arm right there. Instead, I've just said them 100 times a day since then. So thanks to Ars Nova, and thank you to Julian. All right, so we're still across the Atlantic. And again, I'm really, really excited to bring you our next writer. Those of you who've been tuning into these, I will know that I spent the 6 weeks at the end of last year in Toronto at Sheridan College working to develop a new musical with the incredible Nottingham-based Sheep Soup. Big up Sheep Soup. And while we were there, one of the students in our year was the next writer. He wasn't in our group, but we got to know each other as I was someone who loved new musicals, and he was writing one. And yeah, we've stayed in touch. And again, this crazy situation means that I can invite people in from their literal living rooms to come and join us. So I'm really excited to introduce this next writer. This next writer had a song that he was going to sing, but in the last few days has also been working on a spoken word section for another new musical that he's writing with another student who was in our group, Jermaine. Shout out to Jermaine. And so one of the things that's always been strange about concert form is it hasn't been able to allow book sections or other things, or it doesn't always give them their due. So I was like, yeah, do a spoken word section as well. So here to show you a new spoken word section and a song is the incredible, from Canada, Ben Page. Okay, so we're just coming back to me while we fix Ben's sound, which shouldn't take very long. I suppose it just gives me an opportunity to say something I was going to say after Ben's song, but I can say now, which is, I don't know how many of you will have seen this, but the reason for this, another really exciting thing about this concert for me is that 3 days ago, I finished a year of chemotherapy tablets. So, pretty huge milestone. And normally guess I'd have a party. And I guess normally Signal would function as a kind of party. But we can't do them in the real world. So instead, I've kind of assigned this as my virtual party. And I guess the reason was we normally do 4 live Signals a year. And last year, my entire kind of journey of my cancer diagnosis was kind of moderated, I guess, through Signal. We had one in February, we had one in May, we had one in July, we had one in September, and just each of them kind of checked off a milestone on that journey. And yeah, this is kind of doing the same, I guess. So in celebration of that, we normally give all of the ticket donations from this event to our Writers Fund, which gives writers money. But tonight we're splitting that 50-50 with Melanoma UK, which is a charity for this type of skin cancer that I had. alpmusicals.com/donate. The way I'm describing it is a ticket donation. So obviously if you're tuning in for a night of entertainment and tonight and you feel you can afford a ticket and that you aren't in desperate times, I'd really appreciate a donation. It's going to this project, it's going to these artists, and it's helping to kind of keep this community together and forge this new global community, which is exciting. After the last Signal, there was our Zoom group, and I just thought, how impossible is it that these people are all in a Zoom conversation together, just like knowing one another a little bit better now than they did before? And that's hugely exciting. And there's a lot to celebrate right now in what these connectivities and moments can allow us. So Grateful for that. Grateful for all of you watching. Thank you so much. As I said, if you're able to donate ticket cost for tonight, 50% of it will be going to Melanoma UK. Yay. Fuck cancer, etc. All right. Now with Fixed Sound, sending you back to Canada to the incredible Ben Page.
Hello. Hi. Awesome. So I'm going to be performing two pieces today. One of them is from a musical that I wrote with my collaborator Jenny Waxman, book and lyrics. And we performed last summer at the New York Musical Festival called Leaving Eden. And so the story is, as quickly as I possibly can, a woman confronting the story of Adam and Lilith, who was actually in the Garden of Eden, Adam's first wife, who was made out of the same clay as he was. So this song is Adam singing to Lilith, who's a very curious person. She has a certain way of bending the rules. And an important thing to know going into this is that only Adam can hear the voice of God. And that's one of the defining things about their relationship. Lilith, my Lilith, let me take your hand. Love, my love, feel the dirt and the sand, they weigh you down. As you look to his crown, what do you look for? What do you long for? Let me build a path to the skies. If you truly wish to fly, let my devotion be your wings. They will bring you to the King. They will bring you to the King. Morning, every morning, I will bring his word. Evening, every evening, I will bring the unheard. If you feel slight, I can bring you his light. Is that what you look for? Is that what you long for? Let me bring you more. If you truly wish to soar, let your pain be my bother. As I find you a way to Father. And when he has nothing to say, my words will bring you delight. And when it feels like he has gone away, I will hold you tight. I will raise you higher and higher. Let your soul rise like smoke from the fire. If we build a path to the sky, if we work together, we can fly. Let your pain be my father. On earth, Adam is your king. All right, and for the second piece, this is from a musical that I'm working on with my, I guess, former classmate. We just graduated university at Sheridan College's music theater program, Jermaine Kanji. And this is a musical about a sex robot learning how to love. And as I'm explaining this to you, I'm reminded that my grandparents are watching this live stream. Hi, Ima and Papa. So this, what you need to know about this robot, Sam, is that she was built by accident, or the sentience was integrated in her by accident. The creators of her husband and wife, Eric and Hannah, just use her as a way to spice up their bedroom life. And one day she wakes up, but she's really terribly built, so there's no external battery or anything in her. She's plugged into the wall. And because they don't know how or why she's all of a sudden awake, they don't want to risk turning her off. So she has to stay plugged in at all times. So what I'm going to do for you right now, I call it a piece. It's going to become a song. It's going to have underscoring, some sort of musical component, but for now it's a spoken word piece. So this piece comes right after she wakes up, and they understand, okay, we can't turn her off. She has to stay on. They have some celebratory sex, and that's where we pick up, and we're brought into her mind. I should also mention that Sam is played by an actor puppeting a doll, so I don't have that. I'm also not a sex robot, so you have to do some imagining, which hopefully is fun. He puts his arm around my waist from behind. She takes off her dress. He pulls me in. She moves the hair off my shoulder and kisses my neck. His hands travel higher. He grabs my breast. He squeezes. He takes off his pants. Her hands travel lower. I touch her opening. Her breath gets heavier. They kiss through me. She moves us to the bed. We writhe. She presses me into him. Her voice is high. The air is hot. Her skin is wet. He shudders. And I'm sticky. And we lie. They breathe. He drinks. She eats. They put me on the chair. He lies. She lies with him. I sit. They hold each other. I sit. He kisses her head. They close their eyes. I close mine, and the light leaves. I open my eyes, but it doesn't come back. I sit. And I wait. The rug is orange. The wood is brown. I feel the rug on my feet. I touch the bumps in the ceiling, and the light comes back. And she gets up, and she gets out, and she gets up, and he stays, and she sits, and she comes back, and she takes off her dress, but he keeps his shirt on. And she kisses my neck, and he grabs me, and the air is hot, and they breathe, and they close their eyes, and the lights go out, and I sit, and I wait. They soften when they sleep. And the light comes back. And she gets up and she goes out, and she gets up and she goes out, and she comes back and she kisses my neck, and the light goes out, and they soften, and the wall is rough, but their skin is smooth, and the books are heavier than I thought, and I open them, and I touch the pages inside, and they're crisp. I rub my feet on the rug until they burn, but I stay quiet. He tells me I must stay quiet. I hum with the refrigerator. And the light comes in, and he stays, and she goes out, and she comes back, and he stays, and they lie down, and the night comes, and I'm alone, and I wait. 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 I wait for them to want me. I wait for them to talk to me, to touch me. She gets up, and I ask, where does she go? She goes to school, she says, to learn, and the whole world is much bigger than I had first imagined, and I think about the world, and the size, and the school, and I feel something ache. I've touched everything in this room now. Each book, all their pages, inside the pillowcases, dug my fingernails into the baseboards, collected all the dust bunnies from my power cord, and lined them up in order of size. And the sun comes up, and she goes to school, and he stays, and he sits, and he talks on the phone, and I ask him, who is he talking to? And he says, customers. And she comes back, and she kisses my neck. And I kiss her back. All day, all night, I save up my kisses for them. He puts his arm around my waist, and he takes off his pants, and she takes off her dress, and the air becomes hot, and I feel... Then they lie down and close their eyes, and I think about where else she goes, and who else he talks to, and I sit, and I wait. Every day, my world gets bigger, but this room stays the same size. Thank you. Bye.
Spoken word signal debut. Thank you so much, Ben. That was really special and really, really cool. And can't wait to have you and Jermaine back on Signal Online or in person if you're in town to sing a song from that musical, or some songs from that musical, which is going to be very, very exciting. So, yeah, I just so cool to be able to bring in people from the hopefully as an audience you would not be able to know, but maybe now you can. So give them a follow on social media and look them up, and stay engaged with what people are doing, because I think sometimes musical theatre, what I've realized is it does get a bit siloed. Like, of course, we all worship at the altar of the American musical, but even then, it's Broadway sometimes, and across the pond, we don't see what's happening at Ars Nova or New York Theatre Workshop or Second Stage or even the Public Theatre, and we certainly aren't necessarily keeping an eye on what's happening in Australia or what's happening all over the world. So this is a really exciting opportunity to show you just how much there is to see if you look. And I know people are doing a drinking game, and I know that they'll have a shot when I say this, but like, that was live. That was actually happening as we were watching. Surely there's something special about that, other than us just like doing a bunch of pre-records. And I don't know. I'll say it again, that I see a lot of people lately say that they're doing a live concert live stream, and it's just a bunch of videos. So maybe that makes no difference. Maybe I'm being a kind of annoying, self-indulgent prick by caring about this so much. But I don't know. Hit me up. Tell me in the comments. Tell me on Twitter what you think. Don't just make fun of me, but because I had cancer and stuff. All right. We've been around the world. It's back to England for a little bit. This next writer is just the most incredible advocate of writing of this community. He's at every concert. He's supportive. He's at every online concert in the comments. There's just really so much that he gives to us as a community, and it gives me great pleasure to be able to present his work and allow us to hear what a caring and an incredible writer he is. So without further ado, it's time for the world to meet Neil Bastian. Thanks, Neil.
Good evening. I'm in Greenford in West London. Hello, everyone. Thanks for the invite, Adam. It's great to be here. The song that I'm presenting tonight, it won't be sung by me. It will be sung by H. Wiley, who's in Gloucestershire. The song is from a musical that I'm writing called The Mayfly Man, and it's about a boy that grows from birth to old age in the space of one day, and his parents are understandably surprised, so they want to give him as many life experiences in his one and only day as he's aging in front of their eyes that they possibly can. So one of the life experiences that they want him to experience is...
Something's wrong with your mic.
Okay.
I don't think it's plugged in.
Okay. I have my headphones on. Is it better now? Okay. Shall I start again? Was anything audible? Okay. Hi, everyone again. It's from the Mayfly Man. So a boy who ages at rapid speed in one day. So his parents want to give him all the life experiences possible in one day. And one of the experiences they want him to have is sex. So they approach their goddaughter, Clarke, who's 18. He has to be married because Barnaby is his name, the son. He has to be married because they're Catholics. It's really important for them to have no sex before marriage. So they organise a hasty wedding. Then Colette agrees to do this. It's quite a big ask to have sex with someone that you've never met before. This is in the middle of the day when he's about 18 himself, and he gets married and to Colette, and they go off. They escape their parents in a camper van and go up into the hills of the valleys. It's set in Wales, in Merthyr Tydfil, and consummate their marriage. So it's a bit of a sort of, I don't want it to be a tacky sort of sex song. I want it to be like a joyous celebration. Everyone sort of has this rite of passage. So let me know if you think I'm skirting a dodgy line. I don't, I want it to be a fun sort of celebration of, losing your virginity, basically. So Colette, she agrees to do this because her godmother, Mary, Barnaby's mother, saved her life as a child, donated a kidney. that's why she feels, okay, I'm going to do this. I owe my life to her. And secretly, Mary, Barnaby's mother, wants a grandchild because her boy is going to die by the end of the day. So she wants Colette to get pregnant. But Colette sort of chickens out right at the last minute and asks Barnaby to wear a condom. So anyway, here's the song. H. Wiley is going to sing it. They're up in Gloucestershire. Curtis Volpe, who is the guitarist at Signal at the regular gigs, he has done an amazing guitar part for it. So I think that's all there is to say. So take it away, H.
I get to speak so much tonight. Just maybe, maybe that's a nice kind of no more chemo gift for me. Yeah. What was I going to say next? I suppose I was trying to figure out. I need a bit more time for this, I suppose. But we've got a ton of you watching, more than could have fit in an in-person signal. Some of you not from England, and I just wondered if you could tweet at ALP Musicals and just say what you like about musicals, and what you dislike about musicals. I'm just really interested in. I mean, I probably shouldn't frame it like that. I should probably just say my interest has always been in kind of like disrupting conventional notions of what musicals are, so I'd be really interested, since we've got an audience that we don't normally get, if you could tweet at ALP Musicals or hashtag Signal Online, or just write in the comments, what do you like about musicals? And what do you think could be better about musicals? Let's put it that way. That's much more constructive than saying what do you dislike about musicals, because I'm interested. Let's call it a focus group, and I'm taking provocations tonight. The other thing, God, this is very strange. I'm live and I didn't have anything planned. I suppose what I could tell you is, since Curtis Volpe was name checked, I could tell you about our incredible Signal house band, led by our musical supervisor Tamara Saringer. Guitarist Curtis Volpe has played every single Signal in person so far, and we miss you band. I will say we're trying to figure out a way of including the live band in future signals, but we're trying not to do one of those kinds of like multi videos you see where everyone just records and then like puts it together. We're trying to figure out how to get them into Signal Live using like crazy time coding and latency defeating systems. So that's something we're working on, but I just wanted to say a big shout out to the band. We miss you. I should probably check my phone just in case anyone tweeted anything that they like about musical theatre or anything that they thought could be better. Kelly Damon, I like watching and creating musicals because they help explore in hindsight emotions that are harder to face in our own lives than seeing them on stage. Something I regularly say is, I like buying a ticket to the theatre because it's cheaper than therapy. And I just mean that it's a way of processing our emotions, which I think makes some people kind of suspicious of musicals, because they're like, oh, why do I want to make myself that vulnerable? But I, for one, enjoy that ability to process my emotions. And I also think that it lets us like deal with stuff that's impossible in any other way. Like it lets us unpack the unconscious. It lets us unpack all sorts of. I found music a great comforter, especially in the past year. Joseph Finley, if you can get the band playing over the internet, that would be an incredible feat. Yeah, we can't defeat latency, Joe Finley, but what we are trying to do is to try and use time coding to sync them. Yeah, you heard it here first. Rukaya, hello, welcome. Yeah, Lytton 2000, what the frick is happening? I don't know. Yeah. The wow, there's like a whole tech thing happening in my ears. But at least I'm being honest about it, which I don't know. Again, I think that there's been this weird thing where people refuse to be honest about what liveness is. And then yeah, and then they and then when like they fix it, they don't even say, "Oh, it was broken." They just kind of go, "Oh, it was never really a thing all along," which I find a little disingenuous. But anyway, I don't want to be. Yeah, there's a camera open and I'm looking at me. Yeah, that is what is happening, Laura McGrady. Bartek is doing God's work while Adam holds the front line. Yeah. Oh, I could do a harmonica solo. I literally could. That's a great idea, Rebecca Brewer. I could play the harmonica. Hi, everyone. No one really knows this, but I've spent like a lot of my life playing the harmonica privately. So why not? Here's a blues. Okay, I think that's enough. I hope you enjoyed that slightly surreal interlude. Tonight's signal feels quite surreal, but I think that's where we are, and I'm happy to own up for that. You know, there's a lot of emotion in me right now, because you know. Anyway, I'm not going to have a meltdown. Don't worry. The harmonica did that for me. So now, with newly fixed sound, fixed live by Bartek Podkova over the headset that I was just listening to, welcoming back to sing from Neil Bastian's Mayfly Man, H. Wiley.
She can. Gonna make you feel so grand that you'll demand to wear a crown. Gonna make you wind up happier than how you first began. Throw a blanket on the floor of the bed. I'm gonna make you a man. Gonna make you a man if I can, and I can. So embrace your only destiny. I'm a Barnaby fan in a van with a plan to enter to the meat. Oh, you're a time bomb ready to explode. You're like a miner who hit the rubber load. And there's a girl who'll make it happen if she can. Oh, there's a feeling rising in the sky. A reading feeling flying high. The time is riding by according to plan. It's always traveling as fast as it can. It's been the way it's since records began. Prepare for me to make ya. I hope it doesn't break ya. I'll shake the lemonade in your can. I'm gonna make you a man. I'm gonna make you a man. I'm gonna make you a man. I'm gonna make you a... Wear this, don't tell your mum.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Yeah, I still cannot believe that I played the harmonica. That was surreal, but you know, don't see Raul Esparza playing the harmonica, do ya? Anyway, I don't know why I've got so much sass tonight. Yeah, lots of emotions going on, but I'm really glad you're all with me, and I'm really glad that the bonfire is still burning. Oh, I just said bonfire, so some people should have a drink. Those of you who haven't joined us before, the bonfire was an idea based on the fact that I knocked on a ton of doors telling them that musicals, like asking if I could work with them on curating and helping with new musicals, because I love this form. And I just noticed again and again that people didn't really open those doors in the UK. Maybe they already thought they had musicals covered, or... Anyway, so the idea was that I would, instead of knocking on the doors, I would go to a patch of grass and build a bonfire. And a friend of mine suggested that metaphor to me, and it's been very powerful because I stopped knocking on doors and I built a bonfire, and that bonfire involves bringing in the coolest and the best writers to sing the coolest and the best stuff, and then people come, and you have come. So thank you so much for that. I'm really excited about the next writer. The next writer wrote one of the best musicals I saw last year. I think it was last year. Goodness knows what time even is anymore. And it was extraordinary to see a musical like this at the place that it was. It was Miss Littlewood, and it was at the Royal Shakespeare Company, and it was like a really new, experimental, interesting musical about the life of theatrical avant-gardist Joan Littlewood. And it was written by our next writer, and so I've been a fan of his work since then. I wrote to him and asked if he'd want to do Signal. He said, yeah, I've got a new show I'm working on, and I've got a new song. So sending you over to sing it, sending you over live to him to sing it, the incredible Sam Kenyon.
Hello, can you hear me? Great. It's great to be here. What a wonderful lineup. What an exciting evening. I'm in a very, very wet rainy London. My name's Sam Kenyon. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. This is a brand new song that I'm going to do for you tonight from a show called, well, provisionally entitled Dear Sammy, which is based on the memoirs of a guy called Samuel Stewart. He was a really extraordinarily fascinating character from the 20th century. He was a writer, a teacher, a writer of erotic gay fiction, and he was also a tattooist. In addition to that, all those things, he was a correspondent of many of the great literary luminaries of the 20th century: Tennessee Williams, André Gide, Thomas Mann, Gertrude Stein, to name a few. The memoir's name, Dear Sammy, draws on his enduring friendship with Gertrude Stein and her partner, Alice B. Toklas, a very famous, at the time, lesbian couple. And it's a memoir from the perspective of a much less well-known gay man. Sam Stewart suffered from depression and addiction throughout his long life. He was born in 1909 and died in 1992. So, as one person put it, he lived in every single decade of the 20th century. And at one stage in his life, he raided his grandfather's medicine stash and pocketed 25 grains of morphine. This song is the moment when he decides to make use of that stash. It's called Sammy Doesn't Sing, and it might well become a trio. This is absolutely a work in progress between Gertrude, Alice and Sammy. It's probably the penultimate song in Act 1. I haven't written the final one, but I feel like that's about right. And this performance is dedicated to Sheila. Yep. Yeah. Is that working? Got it. Let me just sort the mic, sort it out here. 1 second. Oh, that's on Zoom. I do that, right? Got it. So I'll just do the whole thing once more. I'll be right back.
It's me again. We're using a new system tonight, which in the long run is going to bear dividends because it doesn't require dedicated software on the end of the person coming in, the artist coming in. But it's just new and it's our first time using it. But I think in the long run, it's going to be excellent. One of the really fun things about this series is that we've done a concert, me and Bartek, every week for the last 5. And that's given us a kind of a brilliant sort of iterative process where we can really figure this out, how this works. So, you know, a similar thing happened with Signal in person, was that we gradually, it got smoother and smoother. So, you know, see you at Signal 5 and we'll be running like clockwork. But hopefully you're bearing with us and enjoying the risk and reward ratio of tonight. All right, cutting to Sam Kenyon, who's Sound OX.
Thank you so much for your patience, everybody. So this is Sammy Doesn't Sing. This is from Dear Sammy, and this performance is dedicated to Sheila. Sammy doesn't sing. Sammy doesn't sing because Sammy doesn't sing because he's not. Sammy doesn't sing because he's not in love. Sammy doesn't cling. Sammy doesn't claim. Isn't it a shame? Sammy doesn't think. Sammy doesn't think that Sammy doesn't think that he is worth. Sammy doesn't think that he is worth the while. Sammy starts to sink. Sammy starts to say, Sammy's not okay. Sammy reaches for solutions. Sammy finds the one that's right. Sammy doesn't fight. Sammy's too polite. Sammy's full of night. Sammy reaches for a needle. Sammy reaches for a flame. Sammy's not the same. Sammy's Sammy's lost his aim. No one is to blame. Sammy can't recall. Sammy can't recall if he. Sammy can't recall if he was once. Sammy can't recall if he was once content. Sammy starts to fall. Sammy starts to fade. Sammy is afraid. Sammy needs a break. Sammy takes a breath. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Sam. I'm really enjoying the emotional complexity of so many of the songs tonight. As I say, when a lot of people say musicals, they make assumptions about what they'll sound like and the sort of uplifting or kind of simple emotional effect that they might have. And I've always kind of been on the side of thinking that musicals can be more complex, more happy, sad, more complicated. And that's where this got its title, Signal, Redefining New Musical Theatre, which, I don't know, redefining probably a bit high-handed, but the idea of it being whatever you think is the definition of a musical, we think something different might be possible. Thanks to Hilmi, who's going to be, one of his songs is going to be on later. He tweeted when I asked what you like about musicals or what you wish they could be. He wrote, I want musicals to challenge and disgust while making you tap your toes at the same time. And I absolutely agree with that kind of like, that smashing together of two different things kind of at an intersection with one another. And it's, yeah, so thanks for Complicated Musical Theatre, and thanks for all these incredible writers. It's funny, I woke up this morning and it was raining, and I had a thought that this might not be a simple signal. It might not be just like a bunch of bops, and because maybe bops aren't where we're at. And yeah, I'm just really grateful for the incredible songwriters that we can showcase here, who are complicated and beautiful and brilliant and presenting new stuff never before heard. World premieres. So yeah, anyway, this is our last song of this set. I would implore you, if you have time in the interval and if you can afford to purchase a ticket, that please go to lpmusicals.com/donate. As I said before, but just reminding, tonight, in celebration of me finishing a year of chemotherapy and being cancer free, 50% of proceeds from tonight will go to Melanoma UK, and the other 50% will go to our non-profit Writers Fund to give writers time, space and opportunity to write. Great. We'll be back after this song. We'll be back. We'll have a 15-minute break, but please join us because set 2 is just as exceptional as set 1. Anyway, to close out set 1, a Signal veteran. She's done I think 2 or 3 in person. Just to say, all the videos from Signal in person, in concert, are on our YouTube channel, the one that you're inhabiting right now. So feel free to go check out some incredible artists. We've got over 150 world premiere performances, I think, at this point. She also did the last Signal online, and here she is with another song from the brilliant show that she is working on. It gives me great pleasure to close out set 1 with the incredible Mamuna Memon.
All good? Can you hear me? Great. Hi everybody. I'm going to be doing a song from Sparrow Girl. Sparrow Girl is a musical that I'm currently writing. Chris Bush is writing the book. It's about 3 generations of women, and it explores all sorts of stuff, but I think that's a bit too complicated to get into right now. I'm just going to play you the song. It's called Wild Lion, and I hope you enjoy it. Wild lion,
go to? Brother, no sighing, 'cause the path you're on will guide you. Oh, brother, no lying, 'cause you're more than just what you have been. So, brother, no crying, 'cause you know yourself, you're good within. Oh, waiting around, the sun's in the way, 'cause there's a different glow in the moon's out to play. He cursed the time that his mother did say, boy, you better leave here or they'll get you one day. Woo! Woo! Mother's waiting for the day she has the strength to walk away. She knows he'll never stop to say, I'm sorry. Ooh, mother, try harder, 'cause the light shines brighter when you're heading through that doorway. Oh, she looks at the moon, she looks at the noise. She finds it hard to justify her relentless choice. She thinks of her mother, who back when she was young, wonder of lovers who cherish no one. Woo! Woo! Hey! Oh, now listen up. Now be the one to get away, to rise the sun, to lift your head, to shift your gaze, to find. And that's a day you'll grow much more and bring the good you found before. Brother, wild lion. Mother, no crying. Another day is rising. It's a new day for the sun. Brother, wild lion, where you gonna go to? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Mamuna. Wow, what an incredible lineup we've had so far, and we've got even more incredible writers presenting their work after an interval. So we're going to take a 15-minute break. We're going to be back at 9:05. Grab a drink, donate or for ticket price if you can. Tweet or Instagram #SignalOnline at ALP Musicals. We'll see you in 15. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey everyone, welcome back to Signal Online 3, the third in a fortnightly series of global live streamed concerts of artist-driven new musical theatre. Wow, that is a sentence. I'm Adam Lenson. I am from London, and for anyone just newly joining us, since 2017 I've been running quarterly live concerts of new musical theatre that aims to change people's ideas of what musicals sound like and are about. And that's who I am. That's what this is. Since COVID, we've been heading online. We've been including artists from all over the world. Thank you so much for joining us. If you want to tell people about this, you can use the hashtag Signal Online, or you can tweet us at ALP Musicals and on Instagram as well. Although I think I'm slightly too old for Instagram, although I'm not even that old. But anyway, I find Twitter less confusing. Wow. If my parents are watching, yeah, I did just say that. Anyway, brilliant. I think that's all of the stuff I needed to tell you going into this set. I'm so excited by the 7 acts we've had so far. I'm so excited by the 6 we've got coming up. You'll hear from me more during this set, but without further ado, I would like to introduce you to a performer who has sung at a bunch of signals, but never written. And she said to me, I'm a writer too. And I went, yeah, that makes sense. You're a brilliant musician. You've got an incredible voice. We should have you at a signal. So making her signal debut, I'm thrilled to introduce the incredible Evie Rose Lane.
Hello. I think I'm here, probably. I'm hoping, I guess. I think as all is well, I have to keep being annoying because of technology and peeking over to make sure everything's okay and see if I'm getting messages that things are wrong. But I'm sure we're fine. I am Evie Rose Lane. I am generally a performer, generally an actress and musician, but I decided to be just wildly niche and try my hand at writing some things a while back, and now it's become a favourite thing of mine. And I kind of decided, prompted by people actually suggesting it, to try and write a show of some sort. I really am such a huge fan of song cycles, and I think they really exemplify what journey the person is going to take, the composer is going to take. So I thought I'd kind of start there. And it's called Untitled Lesbian Sex Ballads. It's been a very sexy evening, I must say. But I kind of wanted to do something that's seen quite often, I guess, but through a more traditional lens of the heterosexual lens. And so I am very passionate about bringing traditional loving stories into a queer spotlight, because it's just deserved. So this one is one of those songs from that show. It's just kind of a love song, but it's gay, so it's better. Do you know what I mean? That's my theme. It's called Stay in My Mind, I guess. I'm not very good at naming songs. Can you guess that I didn't even name my own song cycle? Apologies, I have had coronavirus, not to be dramatic, but I haven't really been doing any singing, so this is a half-voiced version, but I hope you can appreciate where it's meant to swell, etc. I'm trying my best to get through it, as you can hear. Let's go. I've never been one to open my heart. It doesn't come naturally. I think I become too afraid to impart all the feeling inside of me. But now I've fallen for you. I'm afraid when we talk that you don't think I'm listening. And yes, there are minutes that leave us, small things I can't help but forget.
But to lose all the parts of my life that you've touched would be my greatest regret. Stay in my mind as long as you'd like. Take all the time in the world and roam and see what you'd find. Palaces, portraits, collages, that's the right lyrics, all written for you. It's moments like this that I wish I could paint, sculpt, or write, and show some great audience the light you leave lingering behind from your stay in my mind. I know that till now I've kept distance, held back, bit my tongue when I'm with you. But here we stand on the edge of a life or a loss, and I'm ready to fight for us. And sure, there are minutes that leave us, small things you can't help but forget. But to lose all the parts of my life that you've touched would be my most painful regret. Stay in my mind as long as you'd like. Take all the time in the world and roam and see what you'd find. Palace. Oh, I keep forgetting the words to this bit, guys. I'm gonna start from that chorus again. I'm so sorry. Da da da. Stay in my mind as long as you'd like. Take all the time in the world and roam and see what you'd find. Pictures and postcards and love songs all written for you. It's moments like this that I wish I could paint, sculpt, or write, and show some grand jury the proof of your perfect design from your stay in my mind. Take it all in, and I believe shrine I've been building since you became mine. Stay in my mind, get comfortable, get lost if you like, roam and see what you'd find. Birthdays and breakfasts and bedtimes, my best times are with you. It's moments like this that I wish I could say how I feel, but for some stupid reason I can't speak the words that I find. So just stay in my mind.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry I forgot the words. I've got coronavirus brain. Lots of love to you all. Take care. Thank you.
Well, that was incredible. Thank you, Evie. Yeah, as people in the comments have been saying, half voice my ass. No, I mean, but that's, but yeah, it's a real pleasure to have a premiere song from Evie Rose Lane, and yeah, to be able to share that with you all. So we're back. Thank you for joining. Oh, people keep talking on the tech chat that they're not meant to be talking on. So, it's quite difficult. Anyway, I'm going live. I'm going rogue. I'm going off headphones. There we go. So we're now going to zoom across the Atlantic again to a Brooklyn loft. The next writer was featured on Signal Online 1. And yeah, was one of the first people I was like, holy shit, if we're going to do a global signal, I want this writer on the bill because he's awesome. And to get at that point, he presented a song which unfortunately had just been cut from the show that he was writing. And today he's going to be presenting and singing a song which he only just finished writing. He literally said to me in soundcheck, I haven't finished it yet. I was like, I'll put you in set 2 so you can finish it. Introducing you now in Brooklyn to the incredible Mark Sonnenblick.
No longer called Red, White, and Blue. It says that song I've been working on for a little bit. I did a rewrite that included a lot of words that were red, white, and blue, but I played it for the director of this show about an hour and a half ago, and she said it was a bad rewrite. So I tweaked it a little bit, and now the song is called Gently, but it's the same moment in the show. It's from a show called Devotion, and throughout the show we've been seeing kind of ambulance lights at various points. It's a small town in Ohio, and a lot of people are dying from drug overdoses. And it's kind of in the background of the story. We're mostly focused on some other stuff. But then in this moment, ambulance lights pass kind of through the scene. And this song, as we go to a lot of different characters, it's towards the end of Act 1. And kind of throughout the town, everybody in the town reacts to the ambulance lights because they know what they mean. So it's just going to be me singing, but I'll try to get all the voices in there. It grows, becomes very choral and sort of hymn-like. Yes, first time anyone's hearing this. It's called Gently. That's the second set of lights I've seen. And I know these days what sirens mean. Lord, treat them gently. Treat them gently. Was she on the street? Was she warm in bed? Now we're switching to other people. Was he out and in over his head? Was she 10 months clean with her life on track? Was he driving home with his kids in back? Lord, treat them gently. Treat them gently. It's the sweet cashier from the Sears on Pearl. Lord, deliver, it's my next door neighbor's nephew's girl. Lord, deliver, did she say goodnight through her bedroom door? Did her parents hear her hit the floor? Lord, deliver them, carry them, Lord, treat them gently. Okay, so now we're at the funeral. We realize the character who's died, sort of a question, who is it that's died, is this character named Nell. And so we're at her funeral. We hear a little eulogy, and then the pastor sings. Oh, gates of grace are broad. We are each of us a child of God. We know the Lord delivers her. He treats her gently. And they lay her to rest. That's the song. No longer called Red, White, and Blue. Gently. Thanks so much for listening. Stay safe and sane.
Thank you so much, Mark. One of the things I often say is that this is a space for writers, and the material should, the paint should still be wet. We're trying to create a feeling where people don't just see sort of finished musicals, and they start to get acquainted with work that's in process. And that, I think, was the wettest paint that has ever been presented on Signal, a show that has been rewritten since Soundcheck. And I guess one of the benefits of not having a band is that can happen. So thank you to Mark. That was really special. So I've made a big fuss out of liveness, and I've been, really pleased with the amount of real pianos actually today, the amount of real guitars, just the amount of real instruments. It's just been very enjoyable to watch people in their homes making stuff, creating stuff, and sharing them with audiences. And I think when this first started, the provocation I put to the tech people I knew was, could this be done live? Could we do a multi-location global Signal and make it live, or would we have to resort to pre-records? And the realization was, no, we could. It would take a lot of effort, a lot of research, a lot of kind of like fiddling and iteration, but it's been possible. And so what I now say to writers is, unless your internet connection is totally broken, we're going to prioritize liveness, because tomorrow if your internet spluttered, you can record it anyway and put it out, and we would love and value to do that. We don't think of these videos as kind of like the perfect videos of these shows, but we consider the liveness to be special, and we know you're going to see a lot more of these songs, a lot more of these writes in the coming days. However, we come to our one video in this concert, and that's because we still haven't figured out how to do duets yet, and also we sort of are still working out how to best support writers for certain shows. And our next writers are in the midst of writing a show which I'm producing, and have done every Signal since I think Signal 8, I think, was when they first presented a song from this show. 8, 9, and Signal Online 1, 2, and 3. And the show was going to be in Edinburgh this summer. It now isn't, but we're going to put it on in 2020. We're just not quite sure how yet. Anyway, right, with an incredible new song that they've written, I think, in the last couple of days, from the forthcoming, the 2020 world premiering Public Domain, welcoming to Signal Online live to tell you about their pre-recorded song, Forrristal and Clarke.
You're live. Hello, hi. I believe we're live.
Are we live together?
Hopefully, we're live together, which is amazing.
Yep.
Wow, yeah. So, hi, yes, as Adam just said, the song that we're about to show you has been written in like the last 36 hours, basically. Yeah. Cheska, do you want to tell them how it started and what about the show is?
Yes, so we are writing a show called Public Domain, using videos, interviews, transcripts of tweets, like anything that can be found on the public domain. We are kind of like greedy internet.
The show's verbatim, using the text from like Facebook, YouTube, everything Cheska's just said. So all the text we take from those things and we turn into songs to explore the things in the show.
Yeah, as a writer, it's been super interesting to play with verbatim as a form. This show, it tries to look at our private selves in the public domain. So that's like the fact that basically the internet is this massive public thing that everyone can see, and what happens when you put really intimate moments, really intimate beliefs and parts of yourself, like little nuggets of you, online. We look at the big guys like Mark Zuckerberg. We look at the little guys like you and me, and we look at people who make their entire lives living off it, like influencers.
We also look at bigger themes and smaller themes. One thing that we're looking at with this is the idea of like loneliness and dependence in a world of tech, in a digital world.
Yeah, we all need this thing, but don't necessarily love it sometimes.
Yeah. The show asks the question, what would we do if we were given the choice to leave this world behind, this world of the digital and the tech era? That's probably everything we need to say. It is a video because it's an ensemble number from a musical we're writing. So,
we have multiple people in it.
Enjoy, guys.
I got to sit down with a few residents of a retirement community to learn more about their way of life in this modern digital world.
I'm Hetty and I'm 93.
I am Kit Connell and I am just 100 years old.
George, I'm 93. Yes, I was born in 1924.
Do you have a mobile phone yourself?
I do. I can't do without it. I'm getting into new technology bit by bit. Bit by bit.
Last year I had to go into hospital in August and I didn't get back home until December. That phone kept me in touch with everybody.
I enjoy being on the iPad more than the phone because I can express myself better. If my daughter was going on a holiday to Brittany, where we go, and I said, sort of, have a good journey, I can go on to something called a GIF, and I can send a picture. I can go on to something called a GIF, and I can send a picture.
I sent a lovely boat going across the ocean. I sent a lovely boat going across the ocean. I sent a lovely boat going across the ocean. It's super, isn't it? Really marvelous. It's super, isn't it? Really marvelous.
I am Kit Connell and I am just 100 years old, but I don't look a day over 80. I always play on Nintendo. Have a break, a cup of tea, then I'll start on my Nintendo again. And I thought I'll have a change. I'll see how my brain is. So I tried the one for my brain. I much prefer to be using my brain. I find I am very forgetful. I can't remember things the next day. So I try to do these and it is really helping. And so I suggest that if children have this at school and sort of playing games to do the maths and their spelling, it will be wonderful. Really marvelous.
Have you ever taken a selfie?
No.
Do you know what it is?
Yes, you just hold the phone.
It'll take a picture of you by itself.
Oh my god, dearie me.
Do you want to take your first ever selfie?
Oh no, I'm not photogenic at all.
You didn't smile in it.
Oh no!
Can I try another one?
No. If someone's cross about something, I can send a scary picture. Sort of like that.
I can go on to something called a GIF, and I can send a picture.
100 years old.
I sent a lovely boat going across the ocean. I sent a lovely boat going across the ocean. I sent a lovely boat going across the ocean. It's super, isn't it? Really?
Previously, I had a brother who died and left me just a little bit of money. And I thought, what can I buy to remember him? That's when I bought my first computer. And I named it Albert.
I've got photographs of everybody, photographs of the wife. Speak to her every day, say goodnight to her every day.
I can send a picture.
I can send a picture. I can send a picture. I sent a lovely boat going across the ocean. I sent a lovely boat going across the ocean. I sent a lovely boat going across the ocean. It's super, isn't it? Really marvelous. It's super, isn't it? Really marvelous.
Oh, apparently I'm live. I'm sorry, I was just crying. I can't imagine I'm the only one. Holy shit. I just made me want to shout out my 92-year-old grandma, Jean K. She won't be watching because the internet. Anyway, wow, what a beautiful song. And I guess one of the things I absolutely love about Verbatim is because real people say things that maybe lyricists never would, and that idea of a lovely boat, there's something so human about it, and tonight feels like a lovely boat, and yeah, in many ways feels like the most complicated Signal yet, because maybe our feelings are getting more complicated as we spend more time in this space. One of the great things about the things that I've loved about Signal is I normally don't hear the songs until the day. The way it works is I curate the writers rather than the songs. The writers can do whatever they want. And because of that, you tend to notice writers coalescing around a feeling or a theme. And I can feel that happening very, very strongly tonight. So anyway, thank you. And thank you to Forrristal and Clarke. Okay. On we go. I said it was a complicated night. I said it was a night that was going to be built on not your traditional musical theatre, and that next song, the next song, is going to absolutely show you what I mean by that. For ages, I've always thought that people often say that they want musicals to be a good night out. They want them to just make you laugh and take you away. But I've always found that I want musicals that connect me in a deeper way to life and experience and to my emotions and the universe and the impossible. I think when I was watching the Sondheim 90th Gala on Monday, the thing I just kept feeling was how none of his shows were about escapism. They were all about connection and really digging into what makes us human, what makes us alive, and what is beating, or what the way our hearts beat. So yeah, I'm always interested in shows that aim to do complicated things, and that also that don't necessarily want to make us smile and laugh, but also want to make us think. And this next writer, I'm so glad I met him. He's a British writer who, it turns out, had seen and enjoyed one of my first shows about 10 years ago, but we'd not met at the time. And has been writing musicals for like a decade, but I only got to know him last year. He was at Signal 9, which you will soon be able to check out online, and is a brilliantly complex writer with an incredible sense of humour, and it gives me great pleasure to present a world premiere by him tonight, introducing Hilmi Jaidin.
Hi, I'm Hilmi, and tonight I'll be presenting a song from a musical I started writing a couple of weeks into lockdown. I wanted to write Sorry, that was from Mac. Okay. Hi, I am still live, and I am talking to Bartek for no particular reason. Right, so I started writing this show a couple of weeks into lockdown. I wanted to write a short show that could be live streamed from someone's living room and performed by someone basically staring into a screen for 50 minutes. And I thought about writing a show about the various tactics that the alt-right use to infiltrate niche online communities and recruit angry, lonely young men. The show is called Shift Alt-Right, and this is the working synopsis. On the anniversary of his mother's death, Jay escapes the family drama downstairs to log on to his favorite game, an online RPG where he feels happy, safe, and powerful. But then he meets another player, someone who has a lot to say about how feminazis, soy boys, and cultural Marxists are coming after everything he loves. This song comes towards the end of the show when Jay is at his lowest. And singing the song is the wonderful and fearless Max Alexander Taylor.
Every childhood bully who's an asshole at age 10, he deserves a bullet through the eye. He could change his ways and hope to start again. Even then, he deserves to die. Every deadbeat father who insists you call him sir, he deserves to get the chair and fry. And the mom who loved you just the way you were, even her, she deserves to die, because everyone deserves to die. Everyone deserves to question why. Why do bad guys do bad things? You hear that one a lot. But why ask why? I ask why not? Why not? Every first world leader who's elected on a whim, starting wars but staying woke, I see. And the vet who comes back home without a limb, even him, even he deserves to be destroyed, deleted, and devastated. Humanity deserves to be depleted and then annihilated. All I ever wanted was to love and be loved back, but now I'm gone. I'm gone because everyone deserves to die. Everyone deserves to kneel and cry. Good guys get denied good things, so now the world will see notorious, glorious me. That's me. Every man is equal every child and mother too. You deserve to join them all on high. And when all the pain you feel is finally through, even you, even I deserve to die. Everyone deserves to die. Everyone deserves to die.
Thank you, Hilmi, and thank you, Max. I should say that Hilmi only just finished writing that song, which means like Max only just started learning it. It's incredible since we learned how to be able to stream in performers as well as the writers. It's been really exciting to watch people like Max absolutely grab the ball by the horns. So thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you to all of the people that have given their valuable time to tonight. Yeah, I think so many people write musicals in which every character in it has to be likable, but there are unlikable people, and we learn by learning about them, we learn something about ourselves. So thank you, Hilmi, for writing someone distinctly unlikable. But I have no doubt if anyone could write a show where that person, where we understand that person, it will be you. Okay, so wow. This has been a cool, complicated, amazing signal. I've been glad to be here, and I'm glad you're here too. So I've probably told you before, but we're live. And our next act knows that more keenly than any of us, because our next act is in Australia. And that means it's 6:39 in the morning, and she's been up for about 3 hours. So thank you for committing to the liveness. I think there are some people that very well could have just been like, oh well, I'll just record you a video and you can just play it whenever you want. But no, not this next writer. I was introduced to this writer by my new hub of Australian knowledge, Eve Blake, who featured on Signal Online too, and she's been schooling me on the people I should know. And this next writer, she said, you have to know her. She's incredible. She's also an incredible actor who just recently was starring in the Australian production of Six, written by Toby and Lucy, who were here a couple of weeks ago. So it's incredible to realize how connected this ecosystem is, how global it is, and how we're all sort of one degree away. And I've enjoyed, as I said, this lovely boat connecting us all together. So taking you live now to Australia to meet the incredible Vidya Makan.
All good? Oh my god, cool. This is exhilarating. Hi, my name is Vidya Makan. I am a composer performer from Melbourne, Australia. I am stoked to be here. The song that I'm doing today is brand new. I wrote it like a week ago. I'm still making changes yesterday. It was in response to this meme that was going around. If you don't know it, it was the King Lear one. So it's had this text that said, when Shakespeare was in quarantine because of the plague, he wrote King Lear, so I'm expecting great things. So this is my response to that. I hope you enjoy. There's a bird living in my front yard. Didn't even know that it was there. There's a bird living in my front yard, and I'm scared of birds, so I scared it away. I've taken up gardening because from this day on I will use this time so that when we rewind, it will not have been for nothing. I will find myself. There's a bird living in my front yard, and to my surprise my seeds haven't grown. See, I work out every day, I water dusk and dawn, and it's all getting flooded the lawn. And it's just past Easter, so I didn't eat any eggs. No, it's not to do with the bird, I just don't want no chubby legs, 'cause I will use this time to fast forward down the line, and it will not have been for nothing. I will find myself. Oh, the days are passing and all my friends are fussing, but there's no use in discussing. I will use this time. The industry's collapsing, and yes, it feels quite taxing, but there's no use in relaxing. I will use this time. I will use this time, and I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Why am I crying? There's a bird living in my front yard. Doesn't seem to know or even care. My world has gone to shit. Times are so hard, but the bird keeps on living. The bird is fine. The bird is fine. The world, it keeps spinning round. Millions of years can pass somehow. Birds will fly and sing out loud, whether I am here or not. So what's the point in working hard? But trees will grow beyond my yard. How will I get through this? How do I make do? I'm trying to be productive, but am I just a fool? And time is passing, I keep asking, what am I supposed to do? Tweet, tweet. Breathe deep, deep. Tweet, tweet. That's all you have to do. Tweet, tweet, and just enjoy the sweet treat. Tweet, tweet, take a seat, look around you. Tweet, tweet, breathing deep, deep. I took a bite of the sweet treat, and it tastes so damn good. I'm smiling, look at me, I'm smiling and enjoying the tweet, tweet. What a treat. This moment is all I have to lose. There's a bird living in my front yard. We got in together, we make do. Seeds still haven't grown in my front yard, but I enjoy the time. I enjoy getting messy, and not everything is fine, but I'm no longer stressed. See, I will use this time so that when we rewind, I'll say, I took my time, and I'm just fine. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks so much, Vidya. Wow, I think, well, I needed that permission. Thank you for giving it to me. My dad was just on the comments saying 17,000 kilometers and as clear as a bird, which is true. I mean, I you know, I'm a nerd, so I like technology, but sometimes it still amazes me, the things that we're capable of. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for writing a new song. So we're on to our last song of a very special signal. It's been special to me because it's been my own personal milestone, but it's been special because just the sheer unique feelings and clusters of songs that we've had tonight have really spoken to this moment, and that's one of the things I love about Signal, because people are making for this moment and sharing in this moment, and it's human and it's complex and it's imperfect. So thank you so much for joining us. For those of you who hadn't heard me say this, I founded this concert series in 2017 in the real world. It now exists online for now, but by God, when we go back in, it's going to be bigger and better than ever, and we have gained a new global arm. But one of the reasons tonight is special to me is because I have just ended a year of chemotherapy tablets and cancer-free. So in lieu of a real party, this Signal is my party. So what I was asking is if you're able to donate your ticket price for this evening to alpmusicals.com/donate or more if you can, or to cover someone who can't afford it. Half of that money will be going to Melanoma UK, and the other half will be going to our Writers Fund, a non-profit to support writers, to give them time and space to write. I think that's all I need to say. Thank you for tuning in. If you've had a nice time, tell your friends to watch it. Go look at our website, follow us on Twitter. You can subscribe to YouTube. We're doing basically a concert a week. Really prioritizing this idea of what is happening in this moment, and what is creativity now, what is liveness now, and what is community now. And I'm really excited to be building this global community. So thank you. Just shout outs to those people who've made today possible. Thank you to the incredible Bartek Podkova, technical wizard who works with me on the technical challenges of making this happen. As I say, it's iterative, and thank you so much for tuning in and teaching us, and thank you to these writers for putting in a great deal of technical preparation to make this the quality that we're able to. Thank you to Emma Jude Harris for her support, moral support, and for her incredible proofreading and planning efforts. Thank you to Christian Chorney, technical wizard, who's always at the end of the phone when something needs fixing. It really is the time of the nerds, and I'm proud to know so many good nerds. And I think that's all I need to say. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to our incredible writers for giving us something new. Our final act is in fact, I met him because he is the father of an act from earlier, Ben Page. And when I was at Sheridan, I kept hearing about the fact that Ben's dad was a legit Canadian rock star, a global rock star. And so I got to know him via Ben, and he was writing a musical that was to be at Stratford Festival in Ontario this summer. As with a lot of things, that festival has had to be postponed and delayed at the moment. But I asked him if he would like to come and sing a song for us at Signal Online. The thought of bringing in, people from around the world is exciting. The thought of bringing in Canadian rock royalty is even more so, and especially one who is caring and so diligently about crafting a new musical. So he said he wanted to sing the song that is the show's finale. It seemed only right that we should allow him tonight's Signal Online 3 finale. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the one and only Stephen Page.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. This has been a great show, and I want to thank Adam for inviting me to be a part of it. As Adam was saying, this is it's from a musical I wrote called Here's What It Takes. I wrote it with my book writing partner, the fantastic Daniel McIver, and we've been working on this for 7 years. Most people know that musicals do take forever to mount, and we finally were getting it up on stage at the Stratford Festival this year, and that isn't happening this year. I hope it happens next year, but I want to perform this song and kind of send it out to the actors and creative team and crew and designers and everybody else and the audiences who aren't able to do this with us this year. It's a musical. Here's What It Takes is a musical about a rock band, about a partnership between two guys. Not the band I was in, but certainly informed by that. And it takes place over 40 years, so musical styles change, and the guys get older, and it's not just about here's what it takes to make it, but it's more about here's what it takes from you when you do. And This is the song that actually both opens and closes the show. You've consumed the fountain of fate and youth. You think that you found the truth, so you wrote your final note. Well, that only goes to show how little you really know now. You keep pushing through. Oh, there'll be no song left to save me. No song left to save me. Too much left to do. Oh, there'll be no song left to save me. No song left to save me. Good Lord, deathly bored. I figured that's all there was. Then everything changed because the time stopped when the needle dropped. 3 chords and an aching voice. Don't act like you have a choice now. You keep pushing through. Oh, there'll be no song left to save me. No song left to save me. Too much left to do. Oh, there'll be no song left to save me. No song left to save me. Instinct and discipline, like taking your medicine. Instinct and discipline, like taking your medicine. You keep pushing through. Oh, there'll be no song left to save me. No song left to save me. Too much left to do. Oh, there'll be no song left to save me. No song left to save me. You keep pushing through. Oh, there'll be no song left to save me. No song left to save me. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this very special signal. It's been a real privilege. Stephen Page. At Signal, there have been miracles that have been created by this tough time. So anyway, thank you so much to everyone, to the writers, to the team. We'll be back for another Signal 2 weeks today. Someone quickly tell me what that is. I think it's the 12th of May. Yeah, Tuesday the 12th of May. We'll be back for Signal Online 4. And we'll probably be doing another concert next week. I just can't remember what it is. But yeah, each week we'll be doing something. Subscribe, follow us on Twitter, donate something if you've got it. Thank you. See you soon.